Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Soul Rehab Project. This is Sarah Saxby, and this is the podcast where we talk about truth because everything in our life has been a lie. So, for starters, if anyone would like to bring me to a stage or a group or meet with me privately, check out the link in my bio and we can get something together. I love to speak on the things that I know and the things that are being revealed to me, and also help people deal with the changes that are coming and that have happened and things like that. So, just reach out. But today I'd like to talk about comfort and how comfort is no longer going to be able to be found on the outside. We can see how insane the external world, our reality as we know it, is getting very crazy. And we feel that. It's like we've been conditioned to always look outside for comfort, and we are beings that seek comfort constantly. And I don't just mean physical comfort. We also look for emotional comfort, mental comfort, financial comfort. We're in a constant state of trying to be comfortable. Think about how you have to have some sort of confrontation. You have to confront someone about something that's going on or have a tough conversation, and you avoid it because you want to remain comfortable. And the way that we've done that is by seeking something outside of us to try to help us cope or tolerate with whatever we're going through, or we push back on things. And up until now, we have been able to achieve some sort of comfort. And I see that we're scrambling more and more. It's like the building is burning, and rather than walk out of it, we'd rather rearrange the furniture first. That's how we're living right now. We see that our reality is burning. But while it's burning, we're trying to reach for whatever comfort we still can, rather than just untether ourselves from this reality. And I'm going to talk about this because there are a lot of people, and I'm talking about people connected to the life force, to all there is. There's a lot of us that are going, okay, I understand that this reality is corrupt. I believe that the reality we live in is a corrupt, inverted lie. I see that, but I still have bills to pay. That's a big one. And I think that it's brilliant because that's a great way this reality keeps us trapped, is that the bills keep coming. And I thought of a way to explain this for those of you that are still saying, I know everything is a lie. I get that, but I still have bills to pay. How can I get out of this? And a lot of people have said, I want to go live off grid. I understand that, but that doesn't help you escape. You can go live in a nicer place, but this reality is burning. Just because you are trying not to be so attached to the systems doesn't mean that you have detached yourself from this inverted reality. You're still a part of it. You just changed your location and you're doing a few things better. Like maybe you're growing some more food, or you don't pay for water or something. You know what I mean? Like, I get that, but you still have every single thing attached to this reality in here. You haven't left it in here. This is where it all happens. And I'm going to explain this. The way that I can describe this, because I think that the more we detach ourselves from the terms and conditions of this reality, the lighter we are going to get. And we want to be as light as we possibly can be for all that is coming our way. And if you think about a helium balloon, the balloon wants to go up, right? But it's tethered. Maybe it's got some strings and it has like that weight attached to it. And that's us. We want to elevate, but we're so tethered to this reality through fear that was actually engineered. We are constantly bombarded with things to make us afraid. And that's by design. That's not a natural thing, which is making us still not want to let go of this reality, because it's not possible to truly believe that this reality is corrupt and inverted, but still tie yourself to it 100%, because it's burning. The whole thing is shaking right now. And we're going, yeah, but I'm going to go without. If I completely let go, and I'm going to talk about this, if I let go, I'm going to go without. That was conditioned into our brains, that if we let go of the material meaning all the ways we try to comfort ourselves emotionally, mentally, physically, if we start to let go of those things, we automatically think we are going to go without. And you're like, well, I have bills to pay. You're telling me that if I start doing some of these things that I'm not going to have bills? I'm not saying that, but this is what we're not thinking of. The things that tether us to this reality, as I said, are all those things that make us comfortable. So it could be a job that we hate, that we pay bills, right? It could be a relationship that's been dead for 20 years, but you don't want to leave it because that person knows all of your darkest secrets. They know you're a mess and they're a mess and you don't want to leave each other. Or you'll say, well, I can't leave because I financially won't make it. So I'm going to stay comfortable even though I'm unhappy and empty and a shell of myself. Maybe there's a conversation that you're not wanting to have because you're afraid, and so you're staying comfortable that way. There's a lot of things that you know you need to face, but you're like, no, anything but that. It's always anything but that. And it's that that will untether you so much from the terms and conditions of this reality. What we don't think about. So if you say like, well, I've been in this horrible job for 30 years. I don't like it, but I need to pay bills. So what the hell am I supposed to do? I know there's corruption here. I know it's a hot mess. I see it. It's collapsing. But I can't leave it because I have bills. Well, here's the thing. We have been conditioned to believe that once we start cutting ties with this material realm and all of its comforts, that we will go without. And we start to let go. We start facing all of these things. We leave the abusive job. We leave the empty relationship. And we automatically think that our reality stays the same. Everything's going to operate the same way. But what we're not thinking about is that every time you face what you never wanted to face, you become lighter. I'm not saying bills are going to disappear, but how you operate around them is different. It changes. Something changes about maybe your fear around it, or maybe money comes in a different way, or something changes where there's less bills or something. Your whole vibration or your whole frequency, you're moving up as you're letting go of the material comforts, all the ways you remain comfortable. That's why it's really hard for people who are very materially comfortable. It is going to be very hard for them to be able to see how this reality operates. Because the more comfortable you are, the less likely you are to let go of a reality that's burning. As you become more uncomfortable, you're happy to start cutting those strings that have been tethering you to this corrupt reality. You have to be pressured to do it. And so the more comfortable you are, the less likely you're able to see it and to do anything about it. But as you cut those ties, as you face those things that you never wanted to face, you do, for a lack of a better way to say it, elevate away from this material, corrupt, inverted reality. You elevate from it. It doesn't operate the same up here. This reality doesn't follow you as you start facing all of these things. And until you actually go through that, there aren't words and there's not a way for you to process it. You have to go through these things. You have to start untethering yourself from the reality that is burning. Because the more you reach down and the more you try to keep comforting yourself in this reality, the harder it's going to get. Comfort is no longer going to be found on the outside. It's on fire. And we're sitting here going, well, before I jump out of it, I need to do this and this and this and this. It's the material. It's the physical. It's this realm that we have been made to believe is all there is. And there are a lot of things around us that want it to be all there is. But we have to be able to let go of those things. We have to accept the loss of material comfort. That has never been where the real comfort is. It's always in here. So you can go live off grid and try to make yourself more comfortable that way, but you haven't left here. You get there by facing the things that you didn't want to face, by making yourself lighter. Your reality changes. You can logically think while we're here and we're saying, well, if I start doing that, I still have bills. Yes. But the whole reality changes around you. It's not the same. It's like right now when you're considering doing something like that, it's so hard to feel what I'm saying. And I get that because I have been there. I'm speaking from experience. But there's something that changes where you get lighter, you elevate, you're not so tethered to it, where you can see clearly and you can hear your inner voice. When you are running around like a crazy person, working all day, running errands, you're not hearing anything. When you slow down, and slowing down may mean leaving an empty relationship, it may mean leaving an abusive job. However it is to slow down, you will hear what's inside. Inside is where the information is. It will never steer you wrong. But while you're running around scrolling all this shit that we do all day long that we're told, the more you do, the better you look. How can I just sit around and look like I'm not doing anything? Why do you think that is? Why do you think we believe that? It's brilliant. But the minute you slow down, and I mean really slow down, and it's hard and it's going to hurt, it's really going to hurt to slow down. You're going to feel incompetent. When you slow down, you will hear what I am saying right now. Not only hear it, you will feel it and you'll go, oh, that's what it was. But we were never, ever taught. Can you imagine if our children were taught in class to fucking listen to themselves? To listen to their inner voice? What if they were taught to do that from the beginning? All we're going to do is slow down and do nothing so we can hear what we should do next. We can hear our next move. That's bad for business. Because if we were ever taught that, none of this would be happening right now. We'd be done. Always taught to reach out there. Everything is material. No, material's on fire right now. Untether yourself from the reality that is burning, the material reality of external comfort. You're not going to find it there anymore. You start doing it now, the better off you're going to be as things move forward. As it really starts burning. Start now. Because you don't want to be scrambling when you're really looking for comfort and it's not going to be there. Your comfort is in here. Always has been, always will be. Every answer to everything you ever wanted to know is inside, but you can't hear it because you're too busy running errands and working and complaining and whatever. It's not quiet enough. As it gets more quiet, the reality changes. It may look the same. You may still have bills, but you will understand what I mean. You can't logically think about how it will look from where you're standing. You have to start elevating by facing what you never wanted to face. And then you will say, now I get it.